Hi, and welcome to another episode of Starship Gaming. And before we get started, I want to clear up one thing. In a previous episode, when we were talking about the new Intellivision console, it is actually called the Intellivision Amico. So I was pronouncing that wrong. So just wanted to clear that up. But let's jump right in. Well, you've been staring at the image for, over 20 seconds. So let me tell you what happened today. So today I went to a yard sale, the Great American Yard Sale, where you can find junk. One person's junk is another person's treasure. Well, apparently I found a pretty decent treasure. I found a 2DS with 4 games with it. Not only did I find a 2DS with 4 games with it, I found it for $5. Yes, $5 for a 2DS. So, here's how it all went down. Every Saturday morning, I go out hunting for treasures. And some Saturdays I find good stuff and some I don't. Today was different. Of course, it's not the most exciting Saturday of my life. I think the most exciting Saturday of my life is when I got a copy of Earthbound for a quarter, 25 cents, just because the woman, it kept insisting that I take it. Literally, she didn't know what she had. I tried to tell her, I'll give you $100 for it, and she wouldn't do it. She's like, no, I'm an old person. I'm like, no, I'll seriously give you 100. And she's like, nah, a quarter's fine. I'm like, okay. So, but that's another story. This wasn't as incredible as the Earthbound find, but, I pull up to this yard sale, and I walk around, they had all kinds of great stuff. Like, it was, their kid was getting rid of stuff, or either that or they were getting rid of their kid's stuff because he had outgrown it. And there was stuff like, Pop Funkos and Star Wars action figures. There was some Godzilla stuff, which I bought a bunch of Godzilla stuff. And just general, other yard sale stuff like clothes and 2 vacuum cleaners and whatnot. So I'm looking around, I'm walking around, and I look down in a basket, and in a plastic baggie is a 2DS handheld. No charger, but it has 4 games. Of course, I run a gaming store, so getting a charger is no problem. I have like 40 of them in a box in the back stock room. And of course I've sold these over the years, but I never felt compelled to own one until I came across this one, Of course, this model of the 2DS is way out of date now. But, I just wanted a 2DS. So I looked down, there it says $5. I thought it was a mistake. So I go ahead, I grab it, I'm walking around, and I have all the other, my Godzilla stuff and whatnot that I was going to buy. I think I walked away spending maybe $30 at this yard sale. So when I went up there, I'm holding it, I say, you want $5 for the 2DS? And the mother's like, yes. I'm like, you want only $5? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, why? And she's like, well, my son bought the new one and blah, blah, blah. GameStop offered him like $1.50 for it or so, he tells me. And I'm like, okay, so here's $5 for that. And here's the $25 for all this Godzilla stuff. And I walked away. I just walked away, after I paid. So I get in my car, I drive around, nothing else interesting. I did find a Animal Crossing game at another yard sale about 30 minutes later, which was pretty good. It was for the DS. So I go back to my shop. It's about an hour before I open. I sit down, I unwrap this thing from the plastic, and I'm looking at it. So, I turn it on, it powers on. So I'm like, now I need a charger. So I go to my stockroom, grab a charger, plug it in, I let it charge for a few minutes, and then, unplug it to see if it charged, and it charged. So I'm still trying to figure out why they sold it so cheap. Maybe it was just, So I let it sit there until, a few hours, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep that. I think I'm gonna keep that instead of selling it. So then I took it home. And basically, I decided to keep it. So I, now have a 2DS system. And I think that's, for $5, that's pretty rad. So here's the games it came with. Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Monster Hunter Ultimate 4, or Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, however you say that. And Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon, because I don't know. I played 2 of these so far. Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon, because I don't know, that game sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I did not like it. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, absolutely love that game. Now, I haven't played the one for DS, Indiana Jones Original Adventures. I have played it on PS3 years ago. And this particular Monster Hunter game, I have not played it. I've played a bunch of the other ones, never played this one. So, we'll give that a try soon. So, a lot of people find it odd that I've never, did particularly use 3DS or 2DS, I should say, or, whatever. But, it's 2019, and I have one, and I'm going to give this a try and see if it, if I like it. I might not. We'll see how that goes. I'll probably do another update video on that, maybe in the next week or 2, maybe 3, whenever I feel like it. So, tell us in the comments down below. It's 2019. Have you got a 3DS yet, or a 2DS? And, if you did, you're just now getting one. Tell me what you think about it. Do you feel like you're left in the dust, after nearly 10 years? Or, are you finally happy that you discovered something that's awesome? Tell us in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want notifications of when we do more awesome videos. And until next time, I will see ya.